Well, there she is, all loaded up. Alright, man. Thanks for the ride.
Of course, nice.
Alright, take her easy.
See ya.
Here she is. In the flesh. The beautiful, the one and only Jade. This is all the destroyed pieces of Jade's rear axle. Jade is running better than ever. Let's go over what exactly happened. I'm going to show you guys all the broken pieces and what all was done to her. Right here we got the parts box of all the broken axle pieces. This is the spider gear setup that was in there. You can see how chewed up these gears really are. I probably was a little too hard on her. It's first time really doing anything technical back in Wisconsin. All we really did was mud, and I got 49 more states of practice. So it is what it is, all chewed up. Being that I'm out in the road and I don't really have a shop, this first time around I was recommended to just bring her to Greenwood, and that's what I did. My friends out here knew a mechanic that worked there. He's really good. He, you know, super fair prices, and honestly they hooked me up, and I'm gonna tell you guys all about it. But the first thing, they obviously noticed that these spider gears were completely shot, and when they went to replace them, they replaced them with the same year and Dana 35 that's in Jade, and they didn't match up. So someone had replaced them like prior to this occurrence, the previous owner, or who knows when they were replaced. On the old differential carrier, you can actually see all these chewed up teeth marks on there from a different off-roading accident or fun event, whatever was going on. So this had already been chewed up once, and that's why these gears had probably been replaced before. And they just kind of smoothed it out and threw the carrier back in. However, the gears that they threw in there were not the same gears that Jade originally came with. So they would have had to track down those exact gears, and then it probably would have been a week or so until they could have got the exact ones. And what they end up doing instead is they replaced this entire carrier. I was looking at swapping out the gears for something lower. Well, they found out that I actually have 410 gears in Jade currently. So to really upgrade both the front and the rear axle and then have them do it, keeping the stock axle in the back, it would have cost at least $800 per axle. And at that point, it would have just been a complete waste of money to keep the Dana 35. I just don't have the workshop to be doing a complete axle swap and to get, you know, the gears to match up both front and rear. I mean, Jade would be down for a long time, and then I would be depending on, you know, someone else's garage and all this stuff, you know. I appreciate so much all the help that I can get, but I don't want to be asking people, hey, do you have a shop that I can use, borrow someone's vehicle or rent a vehicle to get an axle? You know, there's a lot of steps that are different being that I'm on the road. It completely changes the ball game. All right, let's move on to the fuel pump situation. On the trail, my fuel pump went out and I couldn't hear it engaging when you turn the key on. Normally you can hear the fuel pump. Well, this wiring ended up laying on the exhaust right here. With that wiring replaced, the fuel pump now works, the fuel gauge now works, and the oil pressure gauge now work. All those ended up getting way too close to the exhaust, and it just melted the wiring. The other thing, Jade now has no more belt squeal. The guys had it in the shop for a day, there was no squeal, then the next day it came back. Out of the kindness of their hearts, they decided to try to fix the squeal for me. They pulled off the idler pulley that I threw on a few months ago trying to fix the squeal, and the squeal went away. They had a squeal prior to the idler pulley being put on, and now they took it off and the squeal went away. I have no idea. All that being said, the grand total was nowhere near what any other shop would have charged. They did a bunch of stuff for free after starting to watch the channel and seeing the journey. So a huge shout out to the mechanics that worked on Jade at Greenwood Services. You guys rock. One thing we do need to go pick up tonight for second off is the brake master cylinder.
The brakes, one pump that seems a little soft, you pump it a couple times and it works fine. He said it may be the master cylinder is what's gone bad.
On Friday, I'll be bringing Jade back over to Cole's house, and we're planning on changing out that brake master cylinder and swapping in those new halogen headlights that I was so blessed to receive. But tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I'm really excited because I was invited to spend it with a fellow Wrangler family, so that should be a great time. I do have a very special thank you tonight, and that's to my newest Patreon pledge, Mr. Mark Broxton. Thank you so much, Mark. Really appreciate it, man. I hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving, and as always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, and we'll see you tomorrow. We stopped at this outdoor rec place where Skylar, Jenna's boyfriend, used to work, and the best part is, you can have doggies in here. Oh, just kind of hanging out. We're about to go get the Jeep for first off today. Should be fun. Happy freaking hump day, everybody.